So today is the big day for the Marvels. It did release officially yesterday for Thursday previews. However, I don't think it brought in a lot of money. I haven't seen an accurate number for that just yet. Really looking forward to what this pulls today, because the money it makes today will give us an estimate, a real estimate for the entire weekend. So we'll know how this movie is going to finally track. The reviews are not good. Here's from the New York Times. The Marvels review. You've seen this movie 32 times before. That's right. This is the 33rd movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I would argue you haven't seen this 32 times before, because this one is arguably much worse than the first 31. I've liked just about every Marvel movie except for the Phase 4 stuff and now the Phase 5 stuff. All of that has been pretty damn bad. Except Spider-Man No Way Home. That was good, but that was more of a Sony production than a Marvel production. So I just thought this was a funny headline. Here's a more proper one. The Marvels is probably headed for one of the worst MCU box office openings ever. You already know this. Let's get to the big update, and that's that Rotten Tomatoes has allowed an audience score to pop up, and boy, oh boy, is that high. 83% audience score. Now, you're looking at it, and you're saying, this must be a good movie. This must be a good movie. Must be great. And then we click on it. Verified audience. Oh, that's interesting. Verified audience. You say, what if I click on all audience? Well, it drops down to 69%. Still kind of high, to be honest. I think there's some shenanigans going on with this. Rotten Tomatoes is kind of losing its favor with me. I don't trust it. I haven't trusted it in a long time, to be honest, but after watching a lot of reviews on this, there's just no way this can be good. I plan on watching it before Flashcast on Saturday, where we will go over it, but I'm not expecting anything good. It's got a 10-minute song and dance scene. Why is there a 10-minute musical number in this movie? This movie sounds like a mess, which is being confirmed daily. But, yeah, this is what they've been doing for a while to kind of damage control their audience scores. So what they do is they throw in this all audience versus this verified audience. Of course, 100 ratings only, 4.2 out of 5 average rating. This is the gift from Marvel, according to this. God came down and helped guide this movie in its direction. All critics versus top critics. Boom, 42% for top critics. All critics is at 59%. However, we have already talked about this. We had that big report come out about how some movies are being bought and paid for by some firms out there. Bunker 15 was one of them, paying people $50 to go give a good review to a movie. You, sir, can buy a critic's integrity for $50. So a lot of shenanigans going on here. 69% is a little bit more believable. I think at the end of the day, this will probably drop down to 60 and hover around there. Because you're going to have the seal clappers that just are going to eat up everything Marvel does. Believe it or not, there's people out there that liked Secret Invasion. Then that shows shit. So we'll come back to this. But a lot of the shills out there just can't help themselves. Here's one from Can We Get Some Toast? Very, very upset with Alan from Film Threat. Took the name out and changed it to Pathetic, Fragile Little Man when he said a superhero movie clearly made and produced by people who have never read a Marvel comic book, but read Archie instead. It feels like it was made for teen girls and not actual comic book fans. Now, the reason that he's getting shit is because apparently he said teen girls aren't comic book fans, which is objectively true for superhero comics. I do understand that there is a exception to the rule, and there are, of course, some teen girls who like comic books based on superheroes. That's true, but overall, the majority of them don't. But this is some kind of controversial statement. The fact that boys and girls like different things. But apparently, see, this only happens if you say the girls don't like the boys' stuff. If you say that the opposite way, they say, well, of course. Well, why can't girls have things? But here's what Can We Get Some Toast, who apparently is a scooper, says, when most of the negative reviews come from fragile men that try to gatekeep comics for themselves, it's fantastic to see the Marvels continuing to rise. That was when it was at 62% and has now fallen to 59%. I expect it to rise up as more paid reviews come in. It does look like Marvel wants to make changes, though. A big thing to point out here, and it is a big deal, Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel movie slated for the entire year of 2024. Let that sink in, because this is a rarity anymore. An entire year with only one Marvel movie. A lot of things are getting fixed. Brave New World, the Falcon Captain movie coming out. Captain Falcon is pushed to 2025. I wonder why that is. I wonder if they're going to try to work in some kind of Chris Evans cameo or supporting role in there. I don't know how much of this is shot. And that's just speculation. But as of now, unless things change, Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel movie coming out next year, and I say good. They need to desperately right this ship and figure something out before they completely destroy this brand as bad as Star Wars. The Marvel brand is heavily damaged. Heavily damaged. One of the big things that I've heard about this movie is that it feels like a sequel to multiple shows and movies, which it is. And you feel like you're missing out on things if you haven't seen all of the homework assigned to this project that they've got. Like, you need to watch Ms. Marvel, WandaVision, probably even Doctor Strange, because that's a follow-up to WandaVision, and Captain Marvel. And I hear that some shit isn't even properly explained, so you still feel like you're missing out. That's going to be a problem for people, for the people that see this movie anyway. I don't think many will, considering the box office numbers that are being reported. So anyway, going to be an interesting weekend for Disney. I don't think the dividend will be returning anytime soon for that stock. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.